friends. So I just wanted to make a quick video and say hello, let you know that I'm doing a lot better than I was yesterday. I did a live stream just a little bit ago to announce my 50 subscriber giveaway, which is like huge and fantastic. So thank you guys so much for being here. This video is going to be just a quick check-in with my crochet projects and what I'm working on, tell you a little bit about some of my favorite crochet items, and just kind of, go over what yarn I'm using and what I like about it or what I don't like about it. It's not going to be too overwhelmingly long, but I thought I would just give you guys a little bit of a view into my crochet world. So what am I working on? I don't know about you guys, but I always have at least 3 or 4 things that I'm working on. So I'm gonna start with what's in the bag. So this bag, super cute, right? December knit crate. I actually have suspended my knit crate for 3 months because I wanted to try a few other little indie knit crate or indie yarn subscription boxes, but I will be getting it again starting in April, I believe. So anyway, what's in the bag? I think I might have shown you this in a previous video. I am working on a moss stitch baby blanket, and it's for a friend of mine who is going to have a baby in a month. So I need to hurry up because this is not big enough yet. I am using Paint Box Simply DK in the color Spearmint and Charcoal. It's really soft. I love Paint Box DK because it's really soft. Something that I don't like about it is yarn barf. I don't know if you guys have had experience with this or not, but the skeins that it comes in, they just like to puke their guts out. So I have started wrapping mine into little cakes to prevent yarn barf because I can't stand it. So every time I get a new Paint Box anything, I wind it on my little Knit Picks yarn winder, and that seems to have solved my yarn barf issues. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I cannot stand yarn barf. It drives me insane. I'm trying to crochet here, not clean up just a mound of liquid yarn that's been spewed out of the center of a skein. So that's one project I'm working on. Another project that I'm working on, and I just started this one, is a hat. This is just going to be the bottom part of the hat. This is for a dear friend of mine. I'm also making hats for her grandkids. I just finished their hat scarf mitten kits, and now I'm working on hers, and I'll be making one for her husband as well. And I am using Lion brand Basic Stitch anti-pilling yarn in the colorway Hot Pink. It's not really a hot pink, it's more like a rose kind of color. It is 100% acrylic, 185 yards or 170 meters, 3.5 ounce ball or 100 grams, and it's machine washable and dryable. It's a medium 4 weight, and the recommended hook size is a 5mm. Recommended needle size is also 5mm. This is a delightful, beautiful, lovely, soft yarn. I love the colors that they have it in. I just personally don't buy any yarn that's made in Turkey. I won't get into the politics of that or the reasoning, other than to say, I think that the people of Armenia deserve at least that much. So I no longer purchase yarn that's made in Turkey. If you're from Turkey, I'm sorry. I know that you are not your government, and I have nothing against your country as far as the people. It's just, just like a lot of people have an issue with the United States government, it's not necessarily with the people of the United States. I feel the same way about Turkey. So I won't be buying any more Lion brand yarn, which makes me really sad because it's my favorite brand of yarn. So yeah, now I'm just buying from small indie stores and Etsy sellers, and my friend Diane dyes yarn on Etsy. She's actually based in the UK, but she makes the most beautiful yarn. She has a little shop. You should check it out. I will link it in the description box for you. And excuse me while I pull out my beast of a project here. So a little bit big here. This is the Sacred Space pattern by Helen Shrimpton, and I am using another Lion Brand yarn. I mean, I have a lot of it in my stash. I'm not going to just throw away yarn, but I will not be buying any more of it. And this is the Wool Ease DK Cakes in Bedazzled. It's a 3-weight. It's a true 3-weight. I mean, it's really not like bulky, not a bulky 3-weight. It's a nice middle of the road 3-weight. It is 80% acrylic, 20% wool, machine wash, cold, lay flat to dry. It requires a 3.75 millimeter knitting needle or a 5 millimeter crochet hook. And that's what I'm using. I am using a 5 millimeter crochet hook. In the pattern, Helen tells you how to change the size of your blanket, which hook to use for what size. And I'm using a 5 millimeter, which is the same size you would use for worsted weight, because I wanted it to be the same size as it would be if it was worsted. So let me see if I can get a good shot of this. I am on part 7 of 9. It's huge. I mean, it is, I can't even get the whole thing in the shot because it's so big. And sorry about my bed squeaking, guys. I am still recovering from that spider bite, and I mean, lately I've been living in my bed anyway because of my eds, so you'll probably be in bed with me a lot in the near future, unfortunately. So bear with me. I hope you don't mind. I can't really get out and socialize right now, so this is what, well, I mean, pandemic anyway, but this is what I'm doing instead. So as you can see, I have a lot of extra time on my hands, and I have made this gorgeous blanket. I did not cut and start. I didn't choose where the yarn changed colors. I just let it flow. And so far, I really absolutely love the way this is coming out. The blanket has like a nice weight to it. It's not super heavy. Like sometimes when you make an Afghan with like cotton yarn, it gets really heavy. It's heavy enough that you feel like comforted by it, but it's not so heavy that you feel weighed down by it. It's got a really soft, kind of like squishy, it feels like wool, but it's not scratchy. Like the acrylic keeps it nice and smooth. I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to back this. I have been thinking about putting some quilter's cotton on the back. I don't know. Do you guys ever back your Afghans? Like, let me know what you do in the comments. I would love to know if I'm the only one that ever puts flannel on the back of baby blankets, or if other people do it too. I've never backed something this big, so that's definitely going to pose some new challenges. But I think it would just look really nice if it had some cotton on the back. Again, it is 20% wool, so I won't be putting it in the dryer ever. So whatever I put on the back needs to dry nicely without going through the machine. So that, I have been working on this one since March, you guys. March. And it is January. So it's been almost a year. I started it as my quarantine project thinking I would get it done in 9 weeks because it's how long it's supposed to take, but it has taken me a lot longer than that. I haven't been working on it consistently though. Of course, I had to take a break for like Christmas and do all my Christmas crochet, and you know, I've got charity items that I make, and so it hasn't really been like I'm working on it consistently for that long, but it was supposed to take 9 weeks. Everything takes me longer. So give you one more look at it before I put it away because it is so pretty and I am so proud of it, and it's probably the prettiest thing I've ever made. If you have not seen Helen Shrimpton's patterns, please check them out. I will go ahead and link Crystals and Crochet in the description box of this video so you can go check them out. She has a lot of free patterns that are just beautiful and come with YouTube tutorials on how to complete them, and you can print the pattern. They're meant to be crochet alongs, but I always crochet along after everybody. It's like, you guys all crochet along and I'll catch up, because I can't keep up with my health and my hands and my patience level. I just can't keep up. So This is my crochet along. It's supposed to take 9 weeks. Has taken more than 9 months. It's I call them my dragon projects, where you just can't slay it. You know, you just can't finish the project. So I've been working on it for a long time. As far as projects go, I think that's probably the biggest challenge that I've posed to myself. It's not really hard because she gives you such clear instructions, especially if you follow along with the video tutorials. It's just that I am not the type to follow a pattern. I like to go off the rails. I just like to make stuff up. And so I'm trying very hard not to go off the rails with this one. And I've made it to part 7 and I haven't gone off the rails. So we'll see if I can finish the last 2 parts without going haywire. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to share as far as tools that I use for crocheting. I did make a video about these before. These are my crochet hooks. They're hand-turned Siberian cedar from the Wood Cozy shop on Etsy. Olga, the lady who makes these, she goes out and collects the wood and makes these out of Siberian cedar. She also has several other types of wood that she makes them out of. They're beautiful. They are so lightweight and they're nice and chunky, so like my hands can handle it. They're good for pencil grip, or like I hold knife grip. They're very comfortable. And because this part isn't bulky here, instead of getting in the way or being uncomfortable, your finger just kind of rolls. So it's really well designed. It's very well made. I imagine that she must probably crochet herself. So I have a set of 7 of those. I would not want to live without them. They're so wonderful. I got them for Christmas in like September. My husband let me open them early. And then another thing that I have that I just can't live without is this magnificent yarn bowl. And this is made locally by a lady here in Colorado, and she hand sculpts, hand paints, hand fires. She has her own studio, and it is beautiful. It makes a good noise. What I love about it is you can just drop, I should have grabbed a ball of yarn now. I only have cakes right now. You can just drop a ball of yarn in here and then hook the yarn through here, or if you're using several colors and you have small balls, you could do like 4 and then put the strings through the holes so they don't get tangled. I haven't had any trouble with the ball jumping out of the bowl, I think because of the hook, but also the bowl doesn't lift up. When you're like pulling your yarn out, the bowl doesn't lift up because it is heavy. It's solid. So yeah, this is from, I think her name is Kathy. I will go and look. I have her information on a card. I will go get her card and I will put that information in the description box as well, so that you can get yourself one of these beautiful handmade ceramic yarn bowls if you want to. And it is heavy. I would say that this probably weighs like 2 or 3 pounds. It's solid. One more thing I can't live without when it comes to crochet is this cute little kit that I got off of Amazon a while ago. I got it because I like to crochet at night, so it's a set of light up crochet hooks. They're really bright right out of the box. You have to kind of let the battery die before they're really nice to use. But what I like about this little case here is that it holds all of my yarn stuff. I don't know where this hook is at the moment. It's in a project bag somewhere. It did not come with some of the stuff that's in here. It did not come with. It did come with this little gauge. So I have a little gauge ruler. I think that's upside down. Which I do use for swatching when I do swatch. Do you swatch? Let me know. Swatch? Okay, that was a little weird. I also have in here my very favorite, I have a little pair of scissors. Of course, everybody needs scissors. And I have a stitch holder for knitting. I am learning how to knit. I'm not very good at it yet. But I have these little flexible plastic stitch markers from Boy, and yarn needles, of course. And I have a row counter, just a cheapy little row counter. But what I like about these stitch markers, you guys, is that I have trouble sometimes with my dexterity in my hands, and these are really flexible and they just open right up. And you don't even necessarily have to close them to hold your spot. But what I like to do when I get done crocheting something for the day and I want to hold my place is, let's say that I'm working on a pattern and I don't want to forget what row I'm on. So I will take my little yarn project and I will pull up a loop. I will put my row counter onto the yarn. So you reach through with your crochet hook like this. You put the row counter onto the yarn. You put however many, whatever row you're on, you put that there. Set it to that. And then I stick one of these little stitch markers. So not only am I keeping it from pulling out, I also know what row I'm on when I come back to it. So I'm actually probably going to order like a whole box of these because they're so helpful for people like me who have crochet ADD and I go from like one project to another project to another project. It's great to remember which row you're on if you're following a pattern. I've used this one a lot on Sacred Space and it did come with the crochet kit, but I will definitely be ordering more of these because I need to have at least one for every pattern that I'm doing. So yeah, when I put it away like that, it just goes in the bag. My kids get a hold of it. They're not going to pull it apart. And I remember where I'm at because I never remember anything. So it's good to have something remind you where you're at when you come back to it. So I do that when I want to put a crochet project away for the day. I also love these gallon-sized Ziploc bags as project bags. I have so many really nice cloth project bags, like the one that my Sacred Space is living in right now. I think I got this from Michael's. It was on sale for like $7 and it is huge. Huge. It says, if I can't take my yarn, I'm not going, which is how I feel about everything. I have a binder in here. Oh, my kids, my beautiful children. On the other side, I have a picture of a rose, but in here I have the Sacred Space pattern all printed out. Along with my knit crate cards, some of them are in here. And then I have yarn in here, but look at how big this thing is. Look at the size of this thing. You could live in there. You can make a tent out of it. So I keep my Sacred Space in here, and this is going to probably be my Afghan project bag forevermore because it really is big. It's about 4 inches on the side and I don't know, maybe 16 inches across. And then it's really nice canvas. It's sturdy. So that's where my Sacred Space lives for now. And let's see, that's about it as far as like crochet tech that I use while crocheting. Another thing that I recently acquired that I cannot live without is my Knit Picks ball winder and my Swift. I got a cheap Swift off of Amazon. I think it was like $18 and it can go vertical or horizontal. So you can do like a yarn Ferris wheel, which is great because when you're in a wheelchair I'm not in a wheelchair full time. I use my wheelchair most of the time. And so I do a lot of things from my wheelchair. And one of the things I like about the Swift that I got is when I'm in my wheelchair, I can turn it sideways so it hangs off of my bookshelf and then I can just pull it from the side. I don't know why that makes it so much easier for me, but it does. So those are 2 things that I really like, really enjoy having. And as far as like beginning crocheters, if you're just starting out, $20, Amazon, just get yourself a set. Like they have them cheaper too. They have them like $13 or whatever. If you're just starting out and you have arthritic hands and you're not sure if you want to commit to an expensive set of hooks, these aren't really that expensive, by the way. The whole set of 7 was $120 with free shipping, and it came with chocolate. But if you're not sure you want to commit to that because like maybe you're just starting out crocheting and you haven't given it enough time to like decide whether or not you're into it, you can buy these single. You can buy one at a time, and I think they're like $15. So if you want a really nice hook to start with, you know, you can do that. You just have to pick one yarn weight and kind of stick with it because you need different sized hooks for different sized yarns. But if you're just starting out and you're not sure if it's for you, it has everything you need. It has scissors, it has a measuring tape, it has yarn needles. I think it came with some stitch markers and the gauge. So just get yourself a little kit on Amazon and some cheapy yarn. Red Heart Super Saver is a big popular one. I really like paint box yarns, which you can find on Lovecrafts. I just don't like that they throw up their guts, so you might want to wind it into a ball before you use it. And then put that ball in your yarn bowl. So anyway, I will put descriptions to all the different things that I talked about in the comments section, or I will put the links in the description section of this video. I probably won't put the Amazon, well, I might put the Amazon crochet hooks, but really I'm going to focus on supporting the small businesses that I mentioned. So I will put a link to these hooks. I will put I don't think she has a website, but I will put her contact information in the description box. And then I will also put my friend Diane's information, just because I'm obsessed with her yarn, and she told me she sent me a box of something for my birthday. So I'm just like about ready to attack the mailman as soon as he gets here, because like I want to know, what is it? It's probably yarn, I'm just assuming. But yeah, Diane makes, her yarn is so beautiful and her personality is wonderful, and I just love her to bits. So we've become fast friends on the internet, and she's all the way in the UK, so it's really interesting how fast you can bond with somebody over your commonalities all the way across the world. Thank goodness for technology. So anyway, that's basically it. Let me know if there's anything else that you wanted to see from me. I can do kind of like a montage of finished projects that I happen to have taken pictures of. I can talk to you about some of the charity crochet that I do if you're interested. I would love to have more people contribute to that. I don't really do charity crochet for any organization. I just do it on my own. And I have a friend who takes the things that I make and hands them out, because I do crochet for the homeless, which we have a lot of here in Colorado right now, unfortunately. So middle of winter, trying to keep people warm. My husband did buy me a Centro knitting machine for my birthday. It's not here yet, but when it gets here, I'm going to crank out hats for the homeless like a mad woman. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I have a dear friend, Jess, who works very closely with the homeless in downtown Denver, and I am going to hand her fat stacks of hats. Like, it's going to be, it's going to get out of hand. I'm so excited about it. I might get a sock machine too, so I can make mittens, because I think that would be awesome. But other than that, I'm not up to much, you guys. Like, I have so many crochet projects because I spend so much time in bed. When you have chronic health issues like I do, you have to find ways to stay sane and pass the time. So if you're watching this and you have a chronic illness and you have never thought of crocheting before, highly recommend. If you don't think that you'll be able to handle crocheting by hand, get a knitting machine. Just a thought. I did want to get the Addy, what is it, the Addy King Size? Addy Express King Size machine. They're beautiful. I love them. I want one. They're expensive. I cannot justify spending $300 on a knitting machine. I would rather spend that money. I mean, I would love to spend that money, but I would just rather spend that money maybe a little bit more constructively. I did buy the Centro. It was $70. So if you're looking for an option that's a little bit cheaper than the Addy, hold out for a review. I will let you know exactly what I think of this machine when it gets here. Hopefully it's amazing. Hopefully, because I really want to use it for a good reason. I'm not just being frivolous and silly over here. But if you have an extra Addy machine and you want to send it to me, just let me, just kidding. Just let me know. So yeah, that's all I've got for today. I hope that you guys remember that you are precious, sacred beings who are very beloved, and I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and thank you for letting me reach 50 subscribers, which is a huge deal. Definitely keep an eye out for the live stream I did earlier today. I announced that giveaway. There's 2 different kinds of prizes to choose from. I have herbal prizes or I have yarn prizes. So if you're not a crocheter and you're on my channel and you don't want yarn for your prize, just let me know. If you're the winner, let me know. And I will send you an herbal prize instead. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves and each other. Wear your masks, wash your hands, drink lots of water. All right, you guys, see you next time.